What does mindfulness meditation do? So there are tons of different types of meditation. What's mindfulness? What's mindfulness meditation? How do I become present? All of these questions will be answered, my dear ones, in this video. My name is Monica Reyes, and I am a spiritual and high performance coach where I bring you through mind, business, and spirit, integrating spirituality and energy into everything that you do so you can remember the truth of who you are for more awareness and authenticity. So what is mindfulness meditation? So meditation, let's break it down to the foundation, is a vehicle for higher consciousness. It's a vehicle for becoming and integrating yourself into a very calm state. Really, in essence, who you are, the alignment of truth, of source, of higher self. Meditation is a powerful, powerful vehicle. It activates a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex that really activates these several different functions such as intuition. It response flexibility so that you can respond rather than react, allows you to develop your emotional intelligence, your self-awareness, a lot of benefits. Mindfulness is the skill. It is actually the skill that you also gain from meditation. Mindfulness is you being present without being swept away by judgment, by being swept away by thoughts or emotions. Instead, you are grounded into this present moment. You see the truth of what is. You are able to see things with a very, very objective neutrality. And so it allows you to create from this beautiful blank slate rather than creating from emotion or reaction or thought, and from a fragmented place. And so mindfulness meditation is in essence just that. It's bringing in the skill of mindfulness and using the power, the vehicle of meditation. So some examples of that: you can do this with eyes open, you can do this with eyes closed. A couple of the ways that you can do it with eyes closed is called a body scan. And so a body scan is in essence you scanning your body. So before I even go there, I want to tell you that the skill that you are going to be using in mindfulness meditation is called observation. This is something that you have always had access to, and sometimes you may see it and sometimes you may not. But having the skill of observation it's a powerful tool because you are in essence observing your reality into being. That's how we actually manifest, is through observation. What you're observing, how you're observing, the lens you're observing from, belief, thought, emotion, how you feel, what you think, who you are is what you see in your reality. And so observation is this neutrality that you have that you can begin to really learn how to use so that you can see things from a spaciousness and from moving your attention from place to place. And that's in essence what we're doing here is when we body scan, we're closing our eyes and we're coming in from the silent observer. So we start off at the crown at the top of our head, and with closing your eyes on the inside, you start to float, basically bringing attention to the top of the head, to the forehead, to the eyes, to the cheeks, to the chin, to the neck, to the shoulders, right? And just floating down body part by body part, nice and easy, all the way through, no rush. And you're just observing. If you notice any pressure, any tension, any pain, we don't label it. It's just an experience. We just notice it as this observer, trying not to judge, trying not to label. And this is in essence a really powerful way for you to learn how to see life. Imagine if you were able to see life from this place of non-judgment, from this place of, this just happened, this experience just happened, and I'm just observing it with curiosity, and it's interesting to me, and I don't know how it's going to unfold. And perhaps there's one way I could see it. I can see it like, oh, it's like the past, or I'm going to judge this like it could hurt me, or I can see this as just something that happened, and I'm going to let the universe unfold it because I don't always know what this is going to be. And by me judging it, I'm creating something new. We're meant to just observe the things in our life. Every time we think of it or judge it in some new way, we are creating we're adding to the creation. So it's just an important, really important skill to learn, because it obviously benefits you and everything about your life and who you are and how you show up and your relationships and your business and everything. It really is super powerful. So body scan is a really powerful way to do that. It's also a beautiful way to heal. So for instance, an example, I had a headache once. This is where I really started to dig and learn about this. I had a headache, and instead of taking medicine, I just observed it. And I just observed it from this non-judgmental place of like, I'm having this experience, and voila, it went away. And because we don't yet know everything about the energetic body and what's happening, right? And so what if that's all it is? What if it's just us processing energy? What if we're labeling all of these things as anxiety and headaches and all these different things that we think we know, and perhaps it's like so that we can take a pill for it, but what if it's just some sort of experience that we're supposed to experience? Our bodies are vessels of translating and decoding information. This is all information. Our reality is information. And so what if that's just another way of processing it, right? So I like to look at it through this level of curiosity and observation. And by doing the body scan, you get very connected to the body, and you also get you get to know like what your body feels like, which is also really important, because the more you know what your inner landscape feels like, the more connected you feel to it. When somebody or something, some experience comes along your way and you feel something, you know it's not you. You know it's not you. There's an experience happening in response to this person, or you might even be experiencing their experience. That's an interesting thing when I all of a sudden meet somebody and I'm feeling their anxiety, but I know that it's not mine and I'm able to separate myself from it is a very powerful thing. So observation is a very powerful skill. You can do this as well outside in nature, noticing different parts of nature. So sometimes I like to look at like if I find pink, I like to frame and look at where else is pink being found. If I see something moving, frame, I like to see what else is moving in my frame. So then I'm focusing only on the things that are moving. Or I like to look at maybe like zooming in into perspective and looking at the trees and the leaves, right? And then looking at it from like a larger perspective, right? Playing around with the frames of your sight, of what you're seeing, and just taking the time to notice and observe, again, with no judgment, with no labeling, just looking at it as form. It's beautiful and powerful, and that skill is so valuable. Think about that. How else can you use these skills in your life? Were there any events or situations or conversations where you might have used it and it might have served you, right? It's very powerful, very powerful. So mindfulness meditation is in essence taking it into more of this space of being present. You can do it with your eyes open. You can do it with your eyes closed. There are lots of these out there. And so I invite you to try the ones that are in this video, or to explore a little bit more if that's something that you're interested in doing. But the fact that you're here is beautiful, because that means that you're curious, and just go with it. Have fun. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. Just try, just experience it. If the dog is barking in the background, it doesn't have to be perfect. That actually happened to me. Always trying to make my meditation time quiet and silent and sacred. And then I realized, especially after having kids, that it's not always going to be that way. I just meditated with my son in my lap the other day, and my daughter, just running around, and it was all good. And I was still able to do it because that is the way life is meant to be experienced. It's not meant to be experienced in a cave like a monk. Right? It's not always going to be that perfect, but that's exactly the experience I was supposed to have. And I felt very empowered to have been able to do it. And it was beautiful for them to have been able to experience it with me. So seeing the gift in the truth of how life is from this place of curiosity and non-judgment, that is mindfulness. And you can meditate. It's in essence, learning how to meditate in life, learning to work, move, and walk and live through the state of meditation, meditative state, without not being a zombie, but instead just noticing, right? And when you can do that, you can hold compassion, you can hold grief, you can hold love, you can hold joy, you can hold it all without having to label it or make it bad or make it anything other than it is. It's beautiful. So I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you got value out of it. I can't wait for you to try some of these tools. If you've already tried them, if you haven't, if you have any experiences whatsoever, you have another meditation, a link, I'd love to see it. I'd love to learn. I'm always learning, so I'm open. Go ahead. I would love to see your comments and start a conversation about this. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscriber button. Don't forget to ring that bell, because every time I release a new video, you'll get notified. Otherwise, that's the end. I hope you have a beautiful day. Stay mindful.